Hi there, this is Trisha. Welcome to my channel, the Inky Planner. I put together a whole scrapbook layout, sort of a project lifestyle layout. I thought my camera was on the whole time and I must have screwed something up because I didn't record one little bit of it. So I was just going to take a picture of it and pop it up on Instagram, but I thought, well, I'll at least walk you through what I did do and show you the products that I used. And so this isn't the format that I intended, but I thought I'd still just throw it up there anyway. So hopefully this will be short and sweet. What I was working with is I can't get over in these Felicity Jane kits just the content, the amount of product that's in here. I am still, like, I have tons of stuff still left in here. And this is the Tuesday kit, which is a month behind already. So I'm just loving every minute of it and decided to kind of use this as the basis for the week for this Project Life spread. So I'll show you the materials that I used from in here, but it is all, I think almost all came from the Tuesday kit from Felicity Jane. So let's go ahead and move that off to the side and I will show you what I did. So I'm working on, I don't know the letters, but this is like a Becky Higgins Project Life pocket page, and it has a 4x6, and then all the rest of them are vertical 3x4s. So that's what I'm working with, and let me show you what I did. So I used the 4x6 slot as sort of a title card for the week, and I used my very favorite paper. So I used that as the backdrop, and I just took a piece of white cardstock and went across the center here, and then a little bit of washi on the top and the bottom to sort of define that strip. And I just used these. I used this skinny washi that came in the Felicity Jane kit, black and white stripes, and then this white polka dot washi, which is actually a Studio Calico, and oh my gosh, do I love it. I use this sucker constantly. So and then I stamped the title, just week 13, so I'm a couple weeks behind here, but I stamped the title with the new alphabet stickers from the latest release, the April release from Studio L2E. So here is that set. Sorry I don't have great lighting, it's very glary, but this is the big outline alphabet. And I just use that to stamp the title. So I will go ahead and slide that in. I do round the corners on my sheets only because a lot of the materials that I have bought, like the pre-made journaling cards and things, already had rounding corners, and then I like it consistent. So, I mean, I guess it's a step that I would skip if I could, but anyway. So let's move on to some of the photographs. So two really important pictures for me were these two of my daughter. This was just dress shopping. This isn't her actual day, but we were out First Communion dress shopping. And even that experience was just, I don't know, just such a milestone. She's getting so big so fast, and it just was a really special day. I had a babysitter for the other kids, and just she and I went. We went to lunch, and we put all these things on. She just felt like a princess. It was really sweet. So I printed these two pictures, and they're both going to go right here. And I already put a little sticker. Let me slide that in. I pulled a sticker off of these sticker sheets, these puffy sticker sheets that came in the kit. I can't remember. This says I adore you on it. There we go. And I can't remember which sheet it came from, but one of the two. It has all these like black, like label looking, like Dymo label looking stickers. So I put that on there, and then I left this one blank. And I just love how those two look next to one another. Get the glare off. So, okay. Some other stories from the week. This week was the week my kids have off of school. So we had some fun activities. We had some play dates, and this particular picture was a bunch of their friends. They were in one of those wind tunnels at like a bounce house place, and all the kids were just laughing hysterically, like the little hurricane tunnel thing. So it was a cute little picture with some of their little buddies. So I just slid that picture in here. And then I wanted to journal next to it here. So I cut, this is that journaling card that I chose, and this is a piece of the patterned paper from the kit. So it's just lined on one side, and then the other side, I'm not even sure how much you can see because it's so pale, but it's a beautiful pale pink watercolor paper. And I just used the line side, and I cut it to 3x4 and rounded it. And then there was a bag that came in the kit, just like a craft thin bag, and it had this scalloped flap on it. So I cut the scallop off, and I just put it there and put a little black and white washi strip. And that was just from my stash. And then a couple of these little stickers, again, from these puffy sticker sheets. And I think, you know, they were right here with these guys, and I just grabbed a couple of those colors. And so this just says, you know, this was a fun week with no school, and we had different activities every day, and one of them was this bounce house here. So go ahead and slide that in. And again, oh my gosh, my glare is terrible. But so you can see how that looks. And the other activity for the week was we went to see a movie, and we took my youngest, who was 2 at the time, and so I just took, yeah, that was kind of a big deal because she's still getting used to sitting in a theater for that long. But we went to see Zootopia, so I kept a couple of the little stubs, put it on this background with a little piece of washi, and then I stamped the word Friday because that's the day we went to do that. This is a little Studio Calico stamp that has numbers and days of the week on it, and it's just so handy. I use this thing a lot. So I just used the Friday from that, and then I have this little Jasmine Jones roller stamp, and it has these stars. Hopefully that's in focus. And I just put a couple rows of stars. And so I'm going to appeal to my viewers out there. I am roller stamp impaired. I consider myself a pretty reasonable stamper, and these suckers just baffle me. I always smudge. I always get extra ink on it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but everybody raves about their roller stamps, and for whatever reason, they're just over my head. So if anyone has any great advice, please share it below, because I would love to take more advantage of these. You can see, like, I've never even inked them because I'm terrified of using this thing. But I did use it this week and put a couple stars on. Now the background page for this is super thin. This is more of that craft baggie that some of the little embellishments came in from the Tuesday kit. It had this flap, the scallop flap, which I had cut off, and then I just cut the rest of it to a 3x4 and made it into a card. So I just wanted to pull that craft color in another spot. So I tucked that down here. And then another thing we had this week was we had a couple of babies come by and visit, and my kids are baby crazy, as am I. So this is the kid's cousin, my niece, little Marnie. And I just took a little bit of patterned paper. This is the one that has black and white polka dots on one side and then the yellow on the other. So I took the yellow. I used these Love Puffy stickers, again, from the sticker sheet. That one came right off of here from the top of this sticker sheet. And I just put the love down there, and then I used a little label, and this actually may have been from a previous Felicity Jane kit. I apologize, but the black and white is a theme that continues for all their kits, those little bold pops of black and white. So I think I grabbed that from one of the previous kits. And then I just wrote Catherine, which is my daughter, and Marnie all snuggled. So they were really excited to get to see their cousin, get to hold her and feed her, and that was really sweet. So I slid these. I pulled that yellow because my daughter has yellow in her shirt here. And then because of the placement of where I put this stuff, I had some room up here, and I put another sticker, and I just did that right on the outside of my pocket page to sort of tie those two together and kind of make it obvious that these two went together. So then for these two, I wanted it to look like one 4x6, even though that wasn't the, the style that I was working with. So I made a 4x6 card and then sliced it down the middle, and obviously was just kind of cognizant of where I placed things so that I could slice it down the middle. And so what I did here is I took one of this beautiful pink patterned paper that has like a polka dot pattern on it. It's actually like a geometric hexagon pattern, and it's this bunting on the other side. So I made that into a 4x6, and then in the Felicity Jane kits, they come wrapped in this super pretty tissue paper and a pretty black ribbon. So I just took a little piece of that black and white polka dot tissue paper, and I used that behind a plain piece of white cardstock. And then I took what was left of that brown little craft baggie, and I cut it with fringe scissors and made just a little edging over here on this side, just for some texture. I liked having this loose, the tissue paper loose, and then that fringy edging. And then on this side, I used a couple more of those stickers that says, the best day with you, cute girl. And this sort of talks about the two pictures of my daughter and our trip to go shopping. It just says, I got Sarah to babysit for a few hours so Catherine and I could shop for a first communion dress, etc., etc. So, we went to lunch. It was just really sweet. So I put a little of that polka dot washi along the bottom, and that one was all set. And then I just sliced it down the middle so that I could put it into the two pockets. And then that way, these two and these two sort of tied together. So I'm going to just slide those in. And I liked drawing in just a little bit more of the yellow. Let's pull that up here. I liked drawing in a little more of the yellow here, and then these are repeated throughout the layout as well, so I think it kind of makes your eye move around nicely. And then the last picture is my son with another family baby. This is our cousin's baby, and they came to visit. And I do talk about this in this journaling. So all I did on this one is just put another one of those little stickers that says sweet smile, because he's such a little lover and he loves the babies. And that one slides into this pocket. So that is the completed week. Kind of go up close here. You've got the title and my little bit about the First Communion dresses, fun with friends, and some baby time, and then that's it. So I really loved how this turned out. I started Project Life this year, and I guess at first I was trying to make my pictures really small, and I was trying to fit a ton of pictures on one spread, and it was just feeling really overwhelming and like over embellished or whatever for me. And so I tried to just go with more like full size, either 4x3 or 4x6, and really focus on like some nice journaling and keeping it a little simpler. So hopefully I achieved that this week. I'm much happier with this than I have been with weeks past. So I'm happy to get these stories down and document this. And it's been really fun because I've always done everything after the fact. I'll be sitting here in 2016 and I'll be scrapbooking 2013. And they're not, the memories, the stories, they're just not fresh in my head. I do remember them, and it's great to pull out those old pictures. But the thing I love about the Project Life is doing it kind of in real time, I guess is the right word. Doing it while the stories are unfolding and documenting what's really, the feelings and the little in-between kind of moments that are going on in our lives. So anyway, sorry that you didn't see the actual decision-making process and what went into this, but hopefully you enjoyed just seeing kind of how it turned out and getting a look at this, and I'll try it again next time, and hopefully I'll get my camera working right. Thanks, everybody. I always appreciate you watching. Please subscribe or check me out on Instagram at Inky Planner as well, and I'll see you next time.